This is running. All right, the time being 5:51, I call to order the September 28th meeting of the Tilton Northfield Board of Fire Commissioners. Present are all three members, all three commissioners, Chief Setar, Catherine Tobine.
And you don't have public on? Just, but not present?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So, no public?
Motion
All right,
second.
I'll make a motion that we go into non-public session. Citing RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2C, matters which if discussed in public would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board, unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy, if based on inability to pay or poverty of the applicant. Roll call vote. Paul Lozier.
Yes.
John Silly.
Yes.
Eric Pirate, yes.
Who
Stop
seconded the
record.
motion?
I seconded.
Okay.
Hit stop. The
Mhm.
red?
Yes, no, it says stop.
Oh, hit stop. Stop.
I gotta look at this thing.
1 minute, 16 seconds.
Up.
He's audio visual today. Fragile. Make a motion to leave non-public session at 5:55 p.m. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Paul. Roll call vote to exit. Paul Lozier.
Yes.
John Silly.
Yes.
Eric Pirate, yes. Motion passed. Reconvention we're back in public session at 5:55 p.m. Do we have to seal? No.
Doesn't need to.
Okay, do that. So these minutes recorded by Eric. John. Yeah, that was like at 5:51
That works.
p.m. All right, next on our agenda is going to the budget.
No,
No?
just want to, had a phone conversation with each of you regarding that one of our safer employees is leaving. And I received word that Nick Baker, who left us in April, would like to return to our fire department. So I talked to the safer folks to see if that was possible. And it is possible. He will be a safer employee at the bottom of the safer list, seniority-wise. But we can start him at the pay that he was when he left. And I have the documentation from the safer folks saying that we can do that. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm looking to have him on board November 1st.
Do we need to make a motion for that? Or?
You don't need to.
I just, it strikes me funny. We've had 3 guys leave and 3 guys have come back. If we're so low on pay and things aren't as good here, and up there where he went to Hanover, and I'm sure he was making a lot more than he was here. Oh, he had to be. I mean, Hanover.
And Hanover's a little bit bigger, yes.
So he probably made a bigger salary than he did here, closer to home. Why would he come back? I mean, it doesn't make sense. If things are so bad here, our payroll, I mean, we don't pay enough. Somebody like that, and it's just like the other 2 guys that left and came back. It just strikes me funny why that happens.
I can tell you what he told me. The reason he left here is because he wanted to improve his lifestyle, in the fact that he would be having less travel time. Once he got up into Hanover, he did not like the way the fire department operated there, and other factors there, and expressed an interest to come back if it were possible. I said that, if we have a vacancy, I would consider it, but I would have to check with the safer folks and with you guys to make sure that was cool, and which I have. And so I will have a phone conversation tomorrow saying that that's good to go, and that I would expect to have him back on board by November 1st. The reason the other person's leaving, he's going back to the private sector. And we are really the lowest paid fire department in the area currently. I'm not saying that that's the reason for people coming and going. I'm sure it's a factor though. And where Nick would be coming back. He couldn't come back at the starting rate for a paramedic. Given that he's given us almost 5 years of service, he already knows the area. We don't even have to put him through a probationary status. In it's the sense that we do a new employee. He's from here. He's lived here his whole life, other than this, since he's gotten married. It's a no-brainer, really. And he is a paramedic.
Yeah, and I don't have any, it's a good thing. I mean, if you want a paramedic, I'd probably say no. The trouble is what's gonna happen, maybe 3 or 4 months, he finds a job someplace else. It just strikes me funny is if you leave, then come back, leave. I guess my philosophy is the next person who leaves is done, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like this going back and forth, back and forth. Here we are, we take you back, and you quit. And he may do it again, I don't know. And the only reason I do it, take him back, because he is a paramedic. And he's got a lot of training, there's no doubt he's from around here. But God, it's the third guy. And it just bothers me that, I mean, you quit a job, there's a reason why you quit. And yeah, I understand
had
that.
that
And I
discussion.
understand that, why he quit. But to come back here, and if another job opens up in Lebanon or somewhere up around that area, what's to say he ain't gonna, Claremont, what's to say he ain't gonna jump right on it?
No, he won't be going to Claremont.
It just happened, but I know that's another department. Now, this does step into the mud a little bit. He's a paramedic. Is he a recert this year? Because we said that we would not cover anything above AEMT on safer personnel.
I don't know if he is or isn't.
So his recertifications are going to cost more than AEMT, and actually the safers only have to be basics.
Right.
So now we're getting into paying for a training that we said we would not.
I would, I'll check with the safer folks, but I think the paramedic research would probably still be covered. But I'll check.
If
I don't
it's
remember.
not covered by the safer, then it's coming from the taxpayers that we said we would not pay for any.
You said that.
You're right, I did in front of them, and that's how I voted on, to go along with the vote, was that we would keep them at the level, or they would pay for the trainings themselves to move up beyond what a firefighter to EMT.
Right, unless we had grant funding for it, which we discussed at a different session.
But it wasn't gonna come from the public.
So I don't know if he's up or not.
I don't remember offhand.
I know I only have, in this coming budget, one person that's up for paramedic recertification.
And now we're,
22.
sorry,
That would be in 2022.
In 20,
Yeah.
yeah, the ones that have to recert now are recerting now.
right, for March, right.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so he's getting paid above a safer rate?
Yes,
And where's that money coming from?
that's coming from the safer grant.
He's getting paid 100% from the safer grant, even though he's over their
Yep.
minimum?
Yep.
So, part of my thinking is if we have to replace the person that left, we don't know when that other person may come on board. Don't know that. So there's additional costs that hopefully that we don't have to outlay for overtime. Paul's favorite subject. You know, and other costs, and that hopefully that would, you know, the savings is significantly worth, you know, bringing back someone, a former employee. You don't know. Anyone can leave at any time. You know, every employee will, unfortunately, goes both ways. They can leave, you know, hopefully with a couple week notice or whatever like that. So like you have, you know, it's a chance. But right now, I think it would say, is it going to be the person that's leaving? When is their last day?
The end of this month.
So
I don't know.
October 27th is their last shift.
So there would be minimal overtime.
I don't think there'll be any overtime.
No overtime.
Yeah. So it's not like they're leaving, you know, October 2nd and we're going to go a month having to cover that shift of person,
Right.
you know, whoever's on there. And you're basically just bringing in someone that had 5 years' experience.
So does he have to do a baseline physical again?
No, he had his physical
How long
here,
has he been gone from us?
6 months.
Okay, so he's still within the annual theory. You didn't do a closeout physical?
No,
No.
we never.
We
did.
don't? Okay, we don't do an end,
No.
okay. So he's still within
So
that
he had
annual
his physical,
physical?
he had his physical in January,
So
February,
he's
left in
still within it.
April.
Okay.
It was,
So that's not a cost. You have all of his same gear, it hasn't been farmed out elsewhere, so we don't have to buy new gear?
I don't think we'll be buying new gear for him. I'm sure his gear's probably still there
Okay.
somewhere. Or somebody's using it, I don't know.
Well, that's my concern, is if someone's using it, I don't want to be buying new gear. We kind of, each time we replace someone in the safer screen, if they're a little bit more round or thin than the other one, each time we buy a set of gear, that gets costly. And then what about duty uniforms?
I imagine he still has them.
I would hope so. I mean, this is just with him going out and coming back. These are the additional costs coming from the taxpayers. So
Yeah.
they add up real quick. So could you get an answer on where all that is
Yeah.
for us to know that? Because we kind of told the public we're trying to minimize the impact on them, and these are additional, well, you said this, and
I'll get through that.
please, thank you.
Anything else?
No, son.
John, you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay. I'm all set.
Okay.
I just need a consensus. So we're back to the budget now.
Yes, please.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the Did we leave off on page 5?
It's highlighted, 560 was the one you,
560. So did we do 560?
no, that one you have to do, it's page 6.
Okay.
Page what?
6.
Six
Page
of 14.
6 of 14, that line right there. So just the dues and subscriptions?
Yes.
All right, so we have, for the total of dues and subscriptions, $4,233.
Yep.
There's $1,000 for 2 memberships in the Hampshire Association of Fire Chiefs. So who are the 2?
Myself and Deputy Judith.
One doesn't cover it, or
No,
it's not something that?
it's not like the NFPA where we share.
I know there's one that you share.
It's the NFPA one.
Is that the $1,500 one?
Yes.
So this is shared. And then the Hampshire Municipal Association, that's,
Yeah.
that falls under this category. right?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Okay. And that gets, we use that quite a bit, I imagine.
Yes, we do.
There's legal services, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
well, the problem is,
Classes.
with their legal services, you can call 3 different times to get 3 different answers, so.
Well, I try to speak to the same attorney.
Well, I was just saying,
Most of the time.
just from past experience on other boards. I sent down and I got this answer, I called again and I got this answer,
Well,
and they contradict each other.
the thing is,
I
when
know.
you call, and this is what I do when I call the attorneys, and I get the general gist of the conversation, and then I confirm it with an email. I send them an email with the questions I asked, and they return it with the answers, so I have it in written form after the phone conversation.
What's the International Association of Fire Chiefs? It's on here, then it's over here. What's the difference?
One's New Hampshire, one's international.
Okay.
I just have a question on 2021 appropriated, 2021 actuals for the New Hampshire Association of Fire Chiefs. You appropriated, or we appropriated in 2021 1,000, but only 239 was used of it?
That's correct.
Okay, was that for one person or two person then?
It's, Deputy Jubert has not really taken advantage of the opportunities because he's doing other things. And what I'm trying to do is to mentor him into the fire chief leadership roles and things like that, and that's where we're going with that.
But
How much is a membership?
There's an annual membership, and then there's, every meeting, they have a fee.
$30 or something.
$35.
Just like the Hampshire School Board Association.
Yes, kind of like
Yes.
that, yeah, so.
So how much
And,
is?
and last year, as you
With
well know,
COVID.
we really didn't have
Okay,
a whole lot of
all right,
meetings.
so that helps with that logic then.
So-
Okay, that's
so-
the part I was
So
not.
actually, last month, September meeting was the first in-person meeting where we had fees.
So the yearly membership for a person is $250 or
No, it's around $100.
$100.
100?
Yeah.
So it's
It's
100
100.
as the, to join.
Yep,
Right,
And then you have up to 400 per person for however many meetings you attend.
there's 12 meetings.
Monthly meeting, okay.
and trainings, some of them, they charge.
Okay, so they, just like School Board Association,
Yes.
they offer all those things?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, same principle.
So it's just a luncheon, it's like a Rotary meeting, you go get $35 for
Yeah.
lunch or whatever.
Or after, yeah, they charge you. School Board Association, it's like $30 we do monthly, and it's a topic. So you go in
Yep.
and listen to the topic, you discuss it, it just helps.
That's exactly it. And I'm the president of the Fire Chiefs Association this year, till next May. And so, like, the next meeting is October 14th at the Fire Academy. It's a morning meeting, and we're having Fallon Reed come in from Department of Homeland Security to update us on the trends and the vaccination things for kids 5 to 11, and whether the EMS agencies are going to be contributing, and if so, how we're going to contribute and how we integrate with the health services, public health services and stuff like that. So that's what that meeting's going to be about.
Okay. I got another question.
Go ahead.
All right. How much do these meetings take you out of town?
So they're all over the state.
Yep.
Some of them are at the Fire Academy.
Mm-hmm.
The last one was in September, was in Manchester.
Okay.
November is in Dover.
So we lose you from town for this, probably like 4 hours a month,
Yeah.
for this agency. Now, the Municipal Association, how much,
The New Hampshire Municipal Association, there are no meetings.
They have one annual
okay,
conference.
all right.
That's coming up. It's a 3-day conference in November, I forget, and it's $100 for that conference.
For registration.
For registration, and it pays for the lunches and all the instructors for those 3 days.
So it's 3 days at like Concord or something like that, or is it 3 days and an
It's
overnight?
in Manchester.
It's in Manchester at
Okay,
the,
same difference.
Yeah,
yeah.
Now that's not an overnight?
No,
Okay.
well, maybe people stay, but I drive back and forth.
Okay, well, that's what I just look at is, when I look at conferences, when we go to them, if they have them as the overnights, and that's
An additional cost.
pretty, right, yeah, I'm just trying to. All right.
Does NFPA to pull you out of town?
No. The farthest I've gone for NFPA is Fort Smith.
Okay.
So out of all these memberships, the only one that pulls you out of town is the Hampshire Association of Fire Chiefs?
Well, out of town, yeah,
I mean,
if you want to call it.
Theoretically, like the 4 hours a month.
So, in New England well, part of the I-Chiefs is the New England Division, which I'm a member of. That was in Portsmouth this year. Next year, it's in Worcester.
Daytime, or 1 day? Or a multi-day?
It's a 2-day thing.
So, the
But
same
it's-
question is,
depends
before
upon-
drive down and back?
I usually drive down and back. If it's an interesting thing, I might stay. If they have, if the classes go late and they start early the next day, and if I'm interested in taking that class, I'll stay over. If not, I don't.
Okay, well, there's 2 of you going down, so you and the deputy, so would it be?
No, only one of us goes.
the deputy usually stays in town.
Okay.
If I'm going, the deputy
Oh,
stays.
this is a membership to the,
Yeah,
there's 2 memberships, but it's only one that attends the training. Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood that part, I saw the 2 here.
it's just two memberships.
Right, 2 memberships, but it's
Was
just,
last year 1 membership or 2? To 418 for the previous 2.
For the Fire Chiefs, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Which one?
You're talking about I-Chiefs, right?
The I-Chiefs,
John?
he brought up the I-Chiefs, for Worcester, yes.
the I-Chiefs is 2
2
two memberships.
but only one of them would go down and attend in Worcester.
That's in 2022.
Yeah, well, this is just the membership.
Right, and that's not including the travel or
Right.
anything like that.
That's in another section.
But the fuel, that comes out of the fuel budget, that's not.
And the per diem and the lodging, if
Well,
if that was.
where's the lodging coming out of for that?
That would be under a different section which we haven't covered yet. Or maybe, oh, you wanted me to bring the stuff.
That comes under training.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
training,
include that when it's an away
fees
course,
and-
but all
Right.
fees, okay,
It's all
yes,
part of
training
the
and
class.
fees.
Yeah.
We didn't go over training, did we?
Well,
No,
we
you
skipped
skipped it because you had questions.
Oh, yeah. Right.
You wanted more information and the chief brought it.
Okay, so we want to make sure we get that
We'll go back
information.
to it,
There it is.
yeah. All right. Fire Department Safety Officer Association, who belongs to that?
So I belong to it and I'm trying, and I have to recertify in that. And I'll be going to, what was it this year? Phoenix? Or something like that.
Also,
And I'm going to have Deputy Druber become certified safety officer.
Is he going to Phoenix too?
No. He has to, I tried to get him to go this October to to take the class to get that certification, but he's too busy to go this year, so I'm trying to find out a class for him to go to get certified.
Locally or still distant?
I haven't seen one in the immediate area. The closest one I saw was in Virginia.
Okay.
The other one was in Florida. There was another one in California. In January, I'll be going to Phoenix. I think it's Phoenix. I don't know if, well, I don't have my phone, so I can't tell you.
Where's your phone?
It's on my counter in the kitchen, at the house. So I was
Sure,
letting
there's
the
a
dog.
store there.
Yeah, I was talking to the state fire marshal, and it was on speakerphone because I was putting my wife's computer in the box to bring to Walmart, but they don't accept batteries, even though they sell batteries. They don't accept batteries for FedEx. So the phone's on the counter.
So in the previous years, we didn't have 2 memberships for
Right.
the fire department.
And we're still under what was appropriated last year too.
There was nothing appropriated last year, it was $0, but we spent 99.
Right, no, I'm saying if you look at 2021 appropriated for total,
Oh, for total.
for the
yes.
total, it's still under that. And yes, you have 2 people, 2 memberships now.
I don't remember why it wasn't appropriated last year. It was a budget committee.
It's just unfortunately, sometimes traveling away, there's a lot of inherent additional costs if it.
And your notary doesn't expire in 2022?
it does not.
Isn't that every 3 years?
It's every 5.
Oh, 5, okay. I thought it was-
So
Yeah.
both Kathy and Beth are members.
Yeah, no, but I just saw it was 19, and I thought it was a 3-year.
No.
Okay. Don't worry about that until 2024. Alright. Paul, any questions?
Nope, I'm all set.
John,
I'm done with my questions on that one.
you have a motion?
I never had a motion.
And we discussed it before the motion.
I'll make a motion, we accept the total dues and subscriptions for $4,233.
I'll second it. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Moving on, line 620, office supplies. And 620.1, data destruction for total office supplies of $3,150. For discussion, I'll make a motion that we approve $3,150.
And we only spent $800 and some odd dollars this year.
I seconded, by the way.
You second it?
Yes.
Okay.
Saving money.
So make it a motion and a second for discussion.
So now we can talk about it.
Now we can talk about it. I did it reverse, so I'm sorry. Brain spasm today, I'm sorry. Office supplies, office supplies.
So how did you go down so much with office supplies when you're doing more mailings and stuff like that?
A lot of emails, I'm
A
sure.
lot
Oh,
of emails.
Okay. I like what you say.
Yeah,
Well, you know, we've got to save what we can because of all the unexpected expenses.
Yep.
There will be, you know, we'll be purchasing more as we get further in
Okay.
because of budget season.
Yep.
We go through a lot of
Okay,
paper.
so that's 3 months,
yeah.
9 months, not a full,
So
Right.
it's 100
Yeah.
bucks a month though.
okay.
And the last 2 months, we spent probably $500 a month, because
We do.
that's about what we spend in paper just to print these darn reports. So, yeah, I mean, data destruction, we didn't do any data destruction. It seems like we do it every other year. We didn't have any in 2019, we had some in 2020, but nothing in 2021. And that's stuff you have to destroy.
It
And
is.
then you get it certified, I mean,
Yes.
it's that kind of.
Yeah, you gotta bring someone in, or you have to buy a cross-cut,
We just,
heavy duty.
well, no,
service
even then,
it.
you still have to, like even at work, we just had a truck come in and it certifies that it was destructed and destructed.
Yeah.
That truck comes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Big truck, and then we got confetti. We did about 30 boxes of records. So, hey, Jane. All right. Any other discussion?
No.
All right. All those in favor of total office supplies for $3,150 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Motion passes. Postage, line 625, $500.
And it's gone up.
I say, didn't postage just go up?
Mm.
Did you buy a bunch of forever stamps?
Yes.
Yes, but because of all the mailings and everything that
Yeah, we're burning through it.
it's burning through it.
How many stamps, how much stamps did you buy?
We bought
What, 3
what we
rolls?
could get.
Yeah.
By the way, I made a motion to accept that before the discussion.
I'll make a second. Kick me under the table. There's no kicking. Square. All right. Is 500 enough?
You never know.
One year she went to 600.
Well, that was the year that COVID was really like the biggest thing, and I'm
Right.
sure you had to do a lot more mailings than normal. So,
I think we'll be all right. There's plenty of money in the office supplies now.
all right. Any other discussion on postage? All those in favor of line 65, $500 for postage signify saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Motion passes. All right, line 630. Holy cow. Equipment, maintenance, and repairs.
Is this accurate, or you just haven't had a chance to fill these yet?
So, I wanted to be this because these maintenance repairs are random. I never know really what's gonna be. I know stuff breaks, and I know we have to fix it. The only,
Oh, so I'll make a motion for discussion that we approve total equipment maintenance and repair, $6,570.
Total, okay, I'll second it. I was just trying to make sure we're ready to go to there yet.
Well, it was just for discussion.
Yep.
So the only thing I'm absolutely sure of is that I know we need calibration gas, and I know we always need sensors for the for gas meters and the CO stuff. And so that's a known expense that I'm fairly certain will probably hit that number. The other stuff, I figure we'll take an average of what things might be, and so that's the number I came up with.
So that unanticipated line 630.330 is like. in your-
Everything,
is-
for everything else.
So you take from this and you distribute up?
Yes.
Okay. Now, AED batteries, are we gonna need any in
So,
2022?
I don't know. See, they're self-testing batteries. You don't know they're dead until you go out and check your car, and instead of the little green light, it's a red light.
Oh,
And it says, oh,
replace me.
yes.
So this is all maintenance and repairs, this is not new, it's just parts that, like chainsaw sharpening,
It would be chainsaw blades.
Right.
One shopping would be something different.
Like last year we had the Alcon repair.
Yep,
Right.
everything seems to be working currently in that respect.
Do the private ambulances benefit from that?
Yes.
I saw it was Best Care blow through town
Yep.
last night, and I didn't notice if the lights changed.
If they have an Opticom emitter on their vehicle, they'll work.
Wow, he was flying, he was lights and sirens flying down to Tilton.
Probably going faster than going by Paul's business.
No, he was,
They go fast there.
yeah, oh,
so I'm looking at what we appropriated for 2021. It was close to double what was appropriated, or the 2020 actuals and 2019, well, that was 2/3 for that. It still was appropriated a very substantial amount. And I know we've been really cutting back on everything because we've had the additional.
Expenses.
Yes, thank you. But, I mean, we went up to 7,335. Now this is back down under, which is nice, by about 700.
And we still have 3 months to go, plus whatever bills are out there. That haven't come in yet.
Right. But I would expect theoretically, we might see 5,500 total with the remaining 3 months bill unless something significant broke, or you were really holding off on buying foam, for example, and you need to get the supply by the end of the year. It's,
did you use much foam?
Try not to.
It just, you didn't buy any this year, that's what I
We usually buy about 5 buckets a year. Most of the foam goes in the APWs.
had. Is it shelf life, or is it?
We go through it before the shelf life. It's not like the old Class B foam, which we don't buy.
it's just the last couple of year actuals, and we were down at 4,600, that the last one we can see in 19, which was before COVID.
Yep.
I'm not sure I want to go as high as 65, 70, just in my 2 cents. And I know we made a motion to go for that amount.
Well, I made the motion so we could talk about it.
Yep.
I'm kind of thinking the same way, we haven't gone over 5.
Plus, we got another truck coming in, which the portable
Yeah.
generators, are those going from the old trucks onto, or are we getting new portable generators with the new truck?
No.
Okay,
So you take.
so that's still the servicing of the old generators, okay.
And we haven't serviced them for 3 years. Portable pump, $59 in 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind servicing them to keep them.
But dolls and supplies and fittings, we didn't appropriate anything. We didn't spend anything, but we spent 2,700 or so the last, 2,600 the last $26.50 to, you know, in 2020, 2019, but we haven't spent anything this year.
Your thermal imaging cameras, we,
No, no,
random.
but
Yeah,
they,
no, I know, it's
you gotta look though, because when we get back here,
where,
there's stuff on page 11, we're gonna start buying. Make up for some of this stuff here. You know, you got, what is
page
it?
11?
Nothing on
Which
11.
one?
Page 12, I'm sorry.
thank you.
Yeah, fire equipment, under there. You know, we're talking,
But that's stuff that comes out, that's,
well, I know, but it's still, you're gonna replace some of this stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
no, but the stuff on page 12 is apparatus and equipment fund, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming from a different pot, but still, you,
It's
no,
still getting the
Equipment is- yeah.
equipment. Whether you fix it, repair it, or buy it.
like here, you have thermal imaging camera batteries, we're planning here to buy 6 new.
Yeah.
Theoretically, over here, and we didn't because you bought new batteries, which is good, so they should, are we gonna burn out in batteries that quick, or?
They should last 2 years.
Okay. And that's kind of a serviceable life, is kind of where
So
I,
I'm gonna amend my motion, if I can. Can I amend my motion?
or you can reject it, or pull it back, as long as the second person does too.
All right, I'm gonna pull my motion,
I'll pull the second.
and I'm gonna make a motion to approve lines 5,300 for $5,500.
5500?
The total equipment maintenance and repair for $5,500.
I'll second that.
So not
To include the 1575,
1570 and that, I'm just basically rolling it back $1,000.
Yep.
So the total is gonna be 55.
5,500.
Yeah.
Not the 70.
55
Just to clarify.
5,570,
Okay, so taking 1,000 off.
taking 1,000 off.
I'll second that.
Yeah, it's just, I just don't.
It's still
If all
above
of a sudden we blow up this budget by the end of the year, then we can fix it.
yeah, I mean, we're still higher than the, for record, that we can see. So, yeah,
But I'm still, I mean, even that, 1,570, we've only spent $1,000 less than that, so. That's my motion.
I seconded it.
You seconded it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, any other discussion under line 630, maintenance and repair, equipment maintenance and repairs?
I was gonna say 55, but period, without the 70, but I'll leave the 70 in there.
Let's just take the dot that way. So, for 5570, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Next, line 631, service testing. So this has a total, well,
This is mostly all contracted out and price tested.
so this is, we have to make a motion on this first.
Yes,
before we
make a motion.
So, all right, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve section 631, which includes line 631.01 through line 631.22, copier service, for a total of $18,898. Is there a second?
I'll second it for discussion.
Just seconded by Paul. So these are all, like, this is when you do the ladder, they do that. You haven't done that yet? Don't you do that in December, don't you?
October 7th is the date for them to do the ladders.
And that has to be done every year, huh?
It does.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All our ladders. I assume, right? is-
Ground and aerial.
Yep.
Mhm.
Backflow is on the trucks, not like backflow in the toilets.
No, that's
No,
the
that's in the
backflow in the
buildings.
stations.
Oh, it's in the village?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's why I asked. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, I know we do it at work, and that's why I'm like, all right, but this is different. We don't deal with fire trucks at work. Let's run fire. So, next. So this is like building in.
Mhm.
Alright, so this is on the building, I just want to know. Is it on both buildings?
Yes.
Or,
They do it twice a
They
year.
do it twice, yeah.
Who does that, the water department or?
Well, they hire a
No.
company that comes in to do
Oh.
it,
Yeah.
I don't
and we have to let them in.
Bite your tongue. All right,
I'm fine with it.
But I see the water cooler here, that's almost double.
water cooler, yeah, we have 2 water coolers, $740.
For both of them.
Yes,
And we only
Yes.
spent 360.
That's because they've only
They come-
come once so
they
far.
come twice a year,
So you have a second one still coming,
Mhm.
yes.
and that would equal up to the 736 year
Okay.
prior.
Yep.
Is that a contract?
I don't know if it's a contract, but it's the company that does that water cooler.
Is that just the one at?
It's the one at Park Street and it's one at Center Street. It's the one that takes the domestic water, filters it, makes it
cools it,
cool,
hot or cold.
hot or cold, yeah.
Oh, all right, so we're not getting like,
We don't get Poland Spring come in and.
yeah, we don't
Yeah.
get the 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
We used to, but we don't.
It's the Insta hot or cold off of your
Yeah,
domestic.
we have a brittle one at work, so. Sure. Actually, I mean, a lot of this is fixed.
So the extrication equipment you haven't done for years.
Yeah, it's under warranty still.
Okay. That answers it, okay.
The air compressors, now we bought new ones last year, or this
Under
year.
warranty
That's why there's $1.
to a certain extent
On
that
some
we don't
stuff.
break it, like,
User error,
Yes.
user
Yes.
damage. Right.
so like if we break a set of tips because we were doing it wrong,
Right,
that's not covered.
right, so. Normal wear and tear, not user induced.
Someone slams it in the door.
No,
It's-
it's
Actually,
that's part of the job.
You can slam it into the door, but you can't use it on certain angles and force it.
Yeah.
Or,
And there's still some hardened steel parts that won't be good for
Yeah.
fuel on the car. What else, it's been a while.
no, there's more and more of it.
Now, there is a difference of $6,000 on that one. Yeah.
That's because we're not done.
But,
They haven't come and done the aerial or the ground ladders
that's
For this
four-
year?
That's
for
4
this
year,
year
yeah.
so far. That's $5,200 right there.
I think.
Wait, it's 5,200, we only have appropriated 44?
That's right, the aerial, and then right under that is the ground ladders for 800.
Oh,
So that gives you your 5,200 total.
gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you. It's almost like you've been through this before.
You think?
So, extinguishers, pumps,
Yeah. All this makes sense.
it does. So it all ends up, they have to do it.
Now, what is that ladder testing? I forget the name of it. It's been a while.
American.
Ladder test.
No, I mean the actual test, the deflection test.
So they have a destructive and a non-destructive test.
Yep.
We do non-destructive.
Yep.
They come out of Connecticut, don't they, to do that test?
The
The aerial ladder?
the people who do the preventive maintenance on the aerial itself, they're from Connecticut.
I know there's some company, yeah.
American Test Center, which does the ladders, I don't know where they're from.
Yeah, because they have
Minnesota or
deflection
something.
or
Their
something
main
like
office is
that.
in like Minnesota or someplace, yeah.
There's nobody else, I mean, you can't
Not something.
get prices or anything
Bid
like
out.
that, there's nobody else that does it in the area.
Not that I'm aware of.
But the other thing is that sometimes when you have like a product, like a device, they know the equipment.
Some of this is manufactured, but where Paul's getting with the ladders, I think, is saying, is there another one local that does it, like some ANSI testing facility
Yeah.
or something like that that can do some of this? Absolutely.
The company that does it for us, they come, we get them through Lakes Region.
Yeah.
They do it for Belmont, Laconia, Guilford, they do all the fire
So
departments.
you're
in this
getting a
whole area.
mass
Okay, so you
rate
probably
because you
get-
have all these people coming in together.
They send a guy out and he's coming, he's doing.
He's here for a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
He's here for a week and he's doing all.
So rather than us
yeah.
buy someone by ourselves, we're chipping into a pot
Yeah, we're just.
or getting the benefits of multi-customers.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. Any other discussion on this? Any new other discussion? All those in favor of section 631 for $18,898, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Line 635 gasoline, $5,675. I will make a motion for discussion that we approve line 635 gasoline, $5,675.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Let's discuss.
The CPI or whatever you used as that calculator last time?
Yep.
Well, they're talking like $3.50, $4 a gallon gas, possibly.
Yeah. So I took,
What's diesel at now? Because you're mostly diesel, aren't you?
Not for all the small stuff.
No, but like the ambulances are diesel.
the ambulance, the engines,
Well, the Chevy is
diesel.
it diesel?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's, I can't wait to get rid of it because it's a pain in the butt. It's the one that has the death problem that we have to send it back to the dealer every
Oh.
month to get the,
Reset it.
reset the computer, because
Gotcha.
we'll be halfway to Concord Hospital and says, okay, we're
Does it,
done.
does it just bog down?
Oh, yeah, 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. Like a limp mode.
Food.
Yeah.
Gas right now is $2.95 for, and diesel is $3.
So, okay, if I see a sign out here that says, like, I go down here, it says $2.99 a gallon for gasoline. Are we paying tax? Do we pay
No.
the same
We
taxes?
do not pay
We don't pay
tax.
That's
taxes.
part of that card system.
That
Yeah,
card
we have
system?
the
We
web
have the
system.
card, the WEX system, which is the card.
Yeah, and they remove the tax?
They remove the tax,
Okay,
and that's factored in after they charge you the per gallon price,
yeah,
and then they give you credit for all the taxes.
gotcha, okay. Oh, so you have two lines diesel
Yes.
and gas, I didn't see the diesel
Yes,
ones.
diesel and
I
gas.
didn't open
What'd you
my
say
eyes.
diesel was going for? I'm sorry. You started saying.
$2.99?
Yep, that was
It
it.
was 3.004,
So $3 for diesel and
Yeah.
2.95 for gasoline.
right.
Wow, not much difference.
And that was through August, because that's all that's been paid. That's all we've been billed. We haven't got the September bill yet.
28.
So you go through that much gasoline between the boat, the power tools, the generators and all that?
Cars, the
Well, all of
utility,
them, yeah,
the forestry.
the three smaller ones.
Yep.
So that's, we're gonna go over budget and the gasoline, I think.
I'm hoping, yeah, we probably.
We are.
But
Yes.
I mean, push it, oh, that's more. That's just higher gas prices, because last year we were much lower gas this year. I'm, so that's through 8 months.
Yes.
Four 32 times 12. So that's 5187. I'm just using a
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
hypothetical. We're spending $432.25 a month in gas. That's through 8 months.
Mhm.
So based on a full 12 months, we would spend $51.87. So we're gonna go over that budget by almost $1,200. I'm almost wondering, do we have enough in gasoline? I hate to say it.
when I did this budget, I just used what we had at the time
Yeah.
and added in the CPI factor, and that's the number I came up with, so. I hadn't looked at the CPI number for gasoline in the last month and a half or so.
But, I mean, I was in New York this weekend and gasoline was anywhere from, I think I paid $3.25 a gallon. But of course, it's New York and they have higher taxes, but, you know, I'm just wondering if that's where we're gonna be in a few months, a few weeks, if this keeps creeping up. And was it, I forget, does it get more expensive for summer, or does it get more expensive for winter when they start making the different fuels?
Seems to me they jack the prices up around holiday travel times.
Well, they do
and
that
then it comes
regardless,
down.
but.
Other than that, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's, depends upon if there's a war in the Middle East, somebody.
How many hurricanes we
And
had?
I don't wanna add any more to the budget, but I also wanna make a realistic budget where we're not. And if you round it up for $6,000, that's a 25% increase, isn't it?
I'd say go with, we share a calculating system of the CPI, and I'd say go with that. I mean, it's basing on something, I mean, we could say it's gonna go up or gonna go down. It could, hey, for whatever reason, things get better, they open up to this, or they open up that, and things get a little cheaper, so it, at least you're using a metric of the CPI calculator. I kind of, at least
Yeah, I don't know.
to the best of our knowledge. What was it, 1.4 or 1.5 for the CPI multiplier?
I had it written down.
I remember you saying it the last time, that's why I thought it was something like that.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Based on the number you had here, I think it was like 1.4
Well,
or 1.5.
This is 41.8.
I go online and there's a way to drill down to every different thing.
Right.
And I don't even have my phone, I can't even try it. I probably wouldn't even try it because it's too high.
But you used a calculator system out there, wasn't it just a wing it? So
No, yes.
that's why I'm personally comfortable with those numbers. The best winging that we can do, at least some system out there supports it. And based on your math, I mean, we'd still be 500 about ahead of your expected consumption this year.
So, do you want to change the number or keep it where
I'm
it's at?
comfortable with it the way it is.
Well,
I'm fine with gas.
all right, and then I'll make a motion that we approve. Or, on the motion, if you're all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none. Motion passes. Line 636 diesel.
I used the same metric, not the same metric, but the same information
System.
from the CPI to come to this number.
Now, if we only used, say, 10 grand last year,
Oh, wait, I have a motion, a second.
okay.
Sorry. No? All right, make a motion that we bring line 636 for 19,800 for discussion.
I'll second it for you though.
All right, motion a second.
Gotta add some humor where we can.
Is that also through 8 months?
Yes.
It's about 12 grand a month.
99. But, well, if you follow my math, I just put in for 99,000. So divided by 8 is 1239
Yep.
a month.
Times 12.
Equals times 12 is 14,869,
Yep.
which is pretty spot on.
So 15 grand.
Plus the CPI thing, that's why.
Plus with new diesel, we'll have new engine, it hopefully will perform better some.
We were able to have 2 new diesels.
Yeah, so, well, we're gonna get engine, when's the?
No, well, 3
potential?
at some point next year.
Right, but for the budget you're talking about, we're gonna be operating a new engine 2. So engine 1, which I'm sure is not the most energy efficient or economical on the diesel.
Maybe it gets a half a mile more than the new
No,
one.
I don't know.
But it's a better engine, so it's gonna be burning the fuel, but the new ambulance, when's the new ambulance come on board?
March, April, and May.
Oh, okay, so halfway through the year, so yeah, all right.
And then the other engine,
Not,
We're going out for the final inspection, we're scheduled to go in July for the final inspection. So
it's
it'll
only
be
a
about a
quarter of the
month
year.
after that.
so
So
a
you-
quarter of the year,
service.
quarter of the year.
So, yeah.
But the other one is a better vehicle overall, the one, engine 3. No, which one's going?
Engine 1.
Engine one is gone.
Yeah. So
Engine-
engine 3 is a little bit more economical, better. 'Cause-
Right. I'm
No,
comfortable,
I don't know.
I'm comfortable with the number, I like it.
Uh,
We went with a device that and calculated,
I just-
I like that better than winging it.
I'd like to see it down around 17.
that's
Do
right.
you think we can do it?
Sure. I mean, yeah, it's still, you're over.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, I'm just seeing what the budget committee's gonna do.
17,500.
I was gonna go with 18. And it's threw my dart at a balloon.
almost 3 grand.
What, 18? Or
No, 17.5. Almost 2 grand.
I'm gonna rescind my motion.
Okay. Throw out a new one, I'm comfortable with that.
I will make a motion for line 636 for 18,000.
18 or 17.5?
18. I don't know, 17.5 makes me a little nervous. Don't ask me why $500 makes me nervous. You know what? 17.5. No, 18. 18, sorry. I wouldn't be good on a game show. That's my motion, 18,000.
Is it 17.5 or 18?
18. Is there a second? $18,000. Going once.
I'll second it.
Motion and second. Any other discussion?
You look like you have discussion on that.
Well, I still like to see 17.5, but I still think you.
All those in favor of 18,000 signify by saying aye. Aye.
No.
2 pass, 1 nay. Motion passes. Right, you said yes, right?
I did say yes.
Line 660, vehicle, or section 660, vehicle repairs covers line 660 to 660.20. And it has a total of 51,307. So I will make a motion to approve that line for discussion. The total amount, $51,307 for discussion.
I'll second it for discussion.
Motion is second for discussion. Let's discuss.
Which ambulance is the one that's being replaced?
A2.
Two, okay.
So, as you see, the figures next to each vehicle are the figures that I have that's scheduled either repairs or maintenance for those vehicles. Then I have the wild card, which is the $25,000, which is the unknown. We're still gonna have engine 3 for the majority of the year next year.
And that will be replaced when? In
It should probably go in service August-ish.
But that'll be replaced, but it will go out of service, and this is being replaced in April-ish.
Yep.
So
So I accounted for that in the PMs and what's gonna be needed for what vehicle and when.
Will the new ambulance be called A2?
The new ambulance will be called A2.
So we won't be able to differentiate. That's the repair.
You can put a dash in it, you can put,
Yeah.
for budget purposes, you could,
Yeah,
up until this amount is,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't, that's the Chevy, and you just said the other day that it needs a whole new front end.
Yeah,
So are you using that one pretty sparingly?
we're using it as little as we can,
Yeah.
but like I said, they called and said, we wanna put a whole new front end in it, and I says, no, make it safe. And if something else breaks, we'll fix that, but just make it safe for now, because I'm just trying not to spend money on it.
We still haven't received that bill yet.
Yeah, what?
We haven't gotten the bill on that repair yet.
So I reduced, like I know we're only gonna need so many depth treatments for A2, so I reduced that number.
E2, E1 is gone,
E1 is gone.
so we won't have any more repairs on that this year.
Nope,
Right.
it's gone.
E3, we've spent 16 grand on that already.
And we're not done.
We're not done. And that's August.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're gonna have $20,000 in bills between September, let's just say September, because we don't have the end of the month, and December 31st?
I have no idea. That truck, every time we touch it, something breaks.
Yeah, it's going out next week for brakes, is it?
Yeah, the
Which one?
engine.
Engine 3?
Will the other engine be online?
No,
What are we gonna do? I don't know.
We'll make do.
it's still, we still use the ladder as a first response.
It just has to park outside Center Street Station overnight.
Oh,
Well, hopefully we'll get it back in a
It's
day.
just not,
Yeah, we schedule it so that they get it first thing in the morning. Hopefully it'll be done before the night shows up. But the problem with brake stuff now is parts.
yeah. it's-
With everything.
And you're gonna bring that to Lakes Region, right?
Yes.
Slade Street's the one up in Kenmore?
No, the one,
No.
we're going to the one down the street.
Yeah, there's one in Belmont.
Oh, yeah, on
Yeah.
106.
Winnipesaukee.
106.
Oh, what was I?
Okay.
I forget what it's called now, but I don't know if it's Winnipesaukee.
I know the
Lakes
one you're
Region
talking about.
truck.
It's right up
Yeah, I
by
know
Belmont
what you're
Lake
talking
Street.
about.
Yes,
Yeah.
right beside.
Okay,
I know right what you're talking about.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not so bad.
I thought Lake Region was up in Tnfd.
It is.
That's Lakes Region Fire Apparatus. Lakes
Okay.
Region Truck Repair is in Belmont.
Okay,
So,
that's what threw
we don't know, yeah, that could be out for a day or two, hopefully, not longer than that.
Hopefully,
Hopefully just the day.
so they've looked at it. Theoretically, they're gonna have everything they need to fix it within the daytime period.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That's why it's, when it's going, when it's going.
But I know the repair business and they break a bolt or something like that, you're SOL.
Yeah.
Or they find that there's more parts that need to be replaced because they didn't see it or something happened between now and then. Fingers crossed. What's a brake job on a fire engine normally? Did they give you an estimate?
No.
They wouldn't give you an estimate on it, would it, roughly?
I didn't ask.
We're looking at less than we did last year. $60,000 for
51,307 to be exact.
what did you say? What?
It's 51,307 to be exact.
Yeah, last year we appropriated the 60.
Yeah. But that was after it was, you wanted more last year, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. We cut it, and I don't know if I think, or the budget committee cut it.
The budget committee got it.
It makes me nervous that we have engine 3.
Once both new engines are online and
That
the new
number.
ambulance comes online, this number's gonna come way down. It'll be just, there won't be too many broken things, it should be just maintenance for several years, I would say.
We made a motion in a second on it, so.
It was for discussion.
Yeah.
What's it, FPT?
Fire prevention trailer.
Ladder one.
So the numbers that you see
Yeah.
below the 25,000 number,
Yeah, that's
Those-
your planned expenses.
yes,
Yeah.
those,
Right, nice.
that's gonna happen.
So on T1, last year we had, for this year we had $4,200 spent for planned. This year you have 28, what's the difference that it's not? Same thing with ladder one.
Because there were repairs, things that broke on them that needed to be repaired that were.
Well, no, I'm just talking about the appropriated, so
Yeah.
you would have had, or did you know about that ahead of time? No, never mind.
You
So
would have
this-
known
this-
about that ahead of time. That's why it was higher last year than
Yes.
this.
So was appropriated and what's spent,
Yeah.
it's gonna be different almost all the time.
Yes.
And the difference comes from that top number. Because we apply whatever we spend to.
I got you, yeah, I'm just not thinking.
Yeah, because last year it was appropriated 23,904, which is then rolled into those numbers up and down as they transfer it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll have-
Paul?
I guess, I'd like to round it off to 50 grand, but I'm okay with 51. It's $70,000 more, but. I mean, there were some things on here that, like forestry here, $180.
B1 forestry is $945.
Yeah, that's the boat.
That's the boat, it's 180.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay,
So that's like oil and spark plugs that in the engine.
Forestry one is the Ford F something, right?
F-450.
450.
Maybe you got it wrong here. Yeah,
The
okay.
ATV is hooked, the UTV was hooked up to the back of it.
Yes.
What do we know?
Yep.
It's the one with all the stainless deck rear.
And then what's the other utility?
Utility three.
Utility 3 is the
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the Polaris.
It's the Polaris 6-wheeler.
Okay.
And then
Utility 1's a pickup truck.
That's,
Okay.
how is that holding up?
Well, it's slowly rusting away, but we're trying to grab it as it goes along. We should get another couple more years out of it. We might, I mean, the rocker pan, stuff that rusts on a Ford, the thing is a 2005. So, it's, 16 years old.
Yep. 16 winters.
Yeah, so it's, even though it doesn't have 10 million miles on it, the rust really starts to take a hold.
All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor of section 660, vehicle repairs for $51,307, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? None, motion passes. Books and periodicals.
Before it gets too late, we did have that due out from last time. The chief did bring substantiating documents.
All right, let's go back to,
Just a thought.
335?
yeah, because it's 7 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Let's-
Training.
It's what?
Training is 335.
I thought you said raining.
No.
It's raining, you watch the radar.
Top of page 6.
Information. Oh, school training fees, 21,000.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
He brought we had a request for more information.
All right, so,
This is, I got myself in here.
I'm gonna make a motion for discussion that we bring line 335 for discussion for $21,175.
I'll second that for discussion.
Motion and a second. Oh, yeah. So we can discuss it.
Yeah.
All right.
Find my copy of that. So basically what there is I asked the guys, what do they want for training? And they submit their requests to me, and then I go through them and see what I think would be appropriate for our department to support, and I tell them, the ones I tell them I cut off right away. I said, I can't support that because of whatever reasons I have for whatever particular person put the things in. And then the request came up to $45,675, and then what I approved is the column in green of what classes and how much they cost, and you can see the budget figure is on the far right, and that's where I come up to $21,175.
FDSOA.
Fire Department Safety Officer.
Thank you. And that one.
$2,800, is that, they have to travel for that?
Yeah, that's the Phoenix, that's flight, hotel, class,
That's the one that you were
yes.
looking at.
So that's for you?
That was for me,
is-
yes.
Okay.
That's the fees and other stuff that we were talking
Is
about
that the
earlier.
airfare? And
It's the
then,
airfare, hotel, and the class to maintain my certification.
How often, what's the cycle for that certification?
I go every year.
Is it required every year to maintain your certification?
No, it's every other year to maintain certification, but I go every year because things change. Like the last time I went, I had to miss a year because of COVID, so I have to go now.
So you have to go this time to maintain your
Yes.
certification? Okay, that's kind of what I was
where
getting
you
at.
staying at a hotel?
It's the conference hotel. You know the name of it.
With Seacoast Fire Chief, some of that.
So that's the Seacoast Fire Chief Association, which is fire chiefs from Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts that are right on the seacoast. They put on a seminar every year. They bring in well-known fire service speakers, and it's a day-long seminar. Billy Godfeather was the last one that they had, which was 2 years ago. A lot of this didn't happen last year, as you know, because of the COVID, but they're planning on bringing somebody in this year. It's really a pretty good take. It's at the Dover Elks is where it usually is.
I assume that's chief and captains?
No, firefighters can go to that as well, because it's a pretty well-rounded subject matter.
Okay, well, I was looking at your number 6, and I was trying to figure out your breakdown for the equation. That's why I assumed it was the 14.
No, so yeah, not all the captains go. Some of the firefighters that are looking to advance their career, they want to go to some of these seminars, and if they're, in my eyes, they've done the work to deserve that. And I say, yeah, you should go.
And who are you looking at for the IAFC?
International Association of Fire Chiefs, the New England Division, that would be me.
So the
That'd be
IAFC?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the one that's down in Worcester. That's a seminar. I don't think I'll be staying right there. That's a 2-day seminar. This year it was in Portsmouth. Yeah, I only went to 1 day this year too.
Primex conference?
Yep, that's usually held at the Mount Washington, and that's a 3-day. It's a 3-day thing, really. There, 2
So it's
nights.
Kathy and
That's yes.
Kate and who?
Me.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yep.
And then Primex classes.
The classes for Primex were
Most
free.
of them are free, yes. So I don't even know what they're going to have for classes this year for Primex, but I always put a line in there for them.
Fire Academy classes is down in Concord.
Yes.
But,
Though Jamie's up at the North one, isn't she?
She's in every.
Can't get
That's
upstairs, they have to
fine,
come this way.
so they do have a remote too.
They do.
Okay.
Well, they have them all
Excuse me.
over the state.
I'm gonna leave the front door unlocked, okay, someone will take care of that, or do you want it locked?
You can go ahead and lock it.
Yeah, you can lock it.
That'd be
We'll leave
great.
this, you'll lock this one when you go out?
Yes,
Because you're a public meeting, right, so you want to-
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Fire Academy is doing remote classes again, which is,
Yes, they're doing them all over the state, but the Bethlehem's the North Country Fire Academy.
it's like the old Brentwood. So
I don't know about that.
Brentwood was the one down in Swansea.
Yes, it was.
You remember those
Been
days?
there, yes.
Before my time.
Okay,
Yes,
so.
it was.
NFA, is that, NFA is?
National Fire
National Fire
Academy.
Academy.
Okay, so, okay, Emmitsburg.
Yep,
Okay, and you pulled that one this year.
yep.
Outside instructors.
Yeah, so like, we have outside instructors come in from a Monday training, whether it's, specialized medical training on the medical nights or somebody from wherever to discuss certain things that we can.
Your in-house officers, paramedics and stuff can't,
Yeah, we do most of it.
okay. So we pay them a stipend to do it?
Yeah. They're time and a half rate because it's extra duty.
We have no trained instructors. And we gotta have somebody here.
Oh, yeah, we have certified instructors.
We're just
but
paying them more money.
Huh?
We're paying them more
Well,
money.
I know.
If they're not on duty, they're,
Well, when they're coming in off duty, then they're getting paid overtime with that.
they
Right.
get paid their overtime rate.
So they're getting paid overtime, and on top of that, we're paying them a stipend.
No,
Okay,
No.
That's where I misunderstood then, okay.
No, this is somebody from outside the organization that comes in to teach a specified class.
They brought you in to run a class, then
Okay, that's what I was just trying to
Duty,
figure
yes,
out,
that's right.
because it didn't sound right, okay.
What's that, RSI?
rapid,
Rapid sequential intubation.
Okay.
You
Stop
don't-
deep breathing.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen to you
no, thank you.
if you don't have to.
what is it, rapid?
Rapid sequence.
sequential intubation.
So they
Intubation.
drug you, they make you stop breathing, and they shove a tube in to hopefully get you breathing.
Yeah, down your throat.
But because of the gag reflex, they have to paralyze you. Chemically induced paralyzation so that we can make you breathe.
If we have to do that to you, you're in tough shape to start with.
Doing it to save your life.
No, I get it. Just thinking about it though.
I know.
And
Beats a crike.
yeah, and Nick, who's coming back, is RSI certified as well.
So I see someone requested paramedic training. How many paramedics do we have currently?
5.
So you have at least one per shift currently?
Yes.
With Nick coming back, is that 6?
7 makes 6.
What's the average around? Do you
We're
know?
doing pretty good right now.
Most departments, you're lucky, you're really lucky to get one per shift.
Yeah.
Some places
So
don't
we
even
have
have that.
flexibility of two extra.
Yeah, just as long as you don't put 3 on one shift and
Well, that's, yeah.
you share the wealth.
They're spread out.
Yeah.
I mean, you might end up with 3 on one shift, only on overtime because
Correct.
somebody earned overtime or
Coverage.
something like that.
Coverage.
But you're still ALS even running with AMTs. You're still considered ALS for billing purposes. It's just what they can do.
ALS 1 and then there's ALS 2.
Okay,
And
so
then
they broke
there's,
it down by that, okay.
yeah, and then there's specialized transport, which are usually the interfacility transports. We have to have a paramedic.
How many of them have PAL certifications coming up for expiration? So when you did this, you went through to see who was actually expiring.
Yes.
So to get through this year and then next year is gonna be a bigger training budget.
Yeah, when I
Theoretically.
submit next year's budget, it will be bigger because there'll be more paramedics going for PALs, ALs.
For their
and
certifications,
Yes.
their recertifications.
So
So
when they-
this is our slower year, our nicer
Right.
one. Next one is where we pay the piper.
Yes.
What's that? Who's going to the certified public manager program?
Gilman is right now, and then he's starting this year, and then next year, Captain Building is going to start. It's a 2-year program.
Okay.
Part
So,
of-
but
part
the
of
2,000,
succession plan.
that money covers 2 years.
Or is it 1 year?
It covers 1 year,
So next year, yes, it'll be a $4,000.
Well, you say there's one,
currently.
right, so we have one person in there now,
Yeah, just started last
just
month.
started, but that's
Yeah.
been, but so next year, when he has to start again, the second year, so
Yeah,
is that the
it'll be
one?
more money, and then it'll go back down to 1, and then,
I just don't know why there's not a 2 there in 4,000. It's not jiving in my head.
So they want 2 people to go for 4,000, and the chief is knocking it down to only 1 person
Right,
next
but
year
you,
for
but
2,000.
you said that one person is, they're starting their second year,
next year.
right, so that would be $2,000.
So 2023, yes, it will be 4,000 then, because you'll have someone.
Oh, I thought you
year
said
one
the other
and
guy
year
was
two.
starting next year.
So one
One-
starts this year,
Right.
another one starts next year. So
So-
next year, the second year will be two,
Yeah.
and then the third
Right,
year.
so next year,
will be
2022, there'll be two.
one. Yes.
So, but you only have one.
I don't have 20, this is 20, oh, I
2022.
made a mistake.
You did?
Okay, good catch.
Well, I'm just.
No,
trying-
yeah, you're right, you're right.
You guys are telling me no, and I'm like, no, you're telling me that someone's
Yeah.
starting next
No,
year.
you're right, I made a mistake.
Good catch. So that's gonna have to add another 2,000 to your line unless you stagger that guy out another year. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, numbers matching. So yeah, that would then become 23,175 theoretically.
Yeah.
It's actually two.
To it.
It's actually 4,000. And that's actually $23,075. Should have got my mouth shut.
Well, the reason I
No,
can,
well,
I
you
know
did.
how I got to the mistake is because instead of having two go at the same time, I was gonna stagger it out.
Stagger them out completely, so only one would be year 1 and 2, and then the next person would do year 1
So
and 2.
One in year one, and then when the second one started in year one, the guy that went in year one last year,
Right.
to help the two.
Yep. Mentor and, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a good thought process for implementation. Paying for it.
I thought you said CPR recertifications were like $20 or $30.
You have to buy the cards and,
The bulk.
well, you
$25 or
Nowadays, it's, you can actually do it online.
can do it online.
You do it completely online, then you get blessed off on that for watching the seminars, and then you go and do a practical exercise for 2 hours, and then you got it.
And you still have to pay for the card.
No, I just thought you had said the price had gone up, that's all. $20, I had $20 in my head for some reason. You have 10.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Because you had made it very clear that cards were more than 10. Because I remember on that 3.
They're only 10, right? CPR cards? Did we get them from the hospital?
Do we get them from the hospital still?
Oh, no, it's a new hospital.
I don't know anymore.
It might be easier now. Oh, no, she can be a challenge too.
Gilman's working.
Yeah, because Concord Hospital, when we were doing it before, it was $3 for the one-way valve, $5 for the card, and at the time it was $10 for the flip card thing.
Thing.
That was before we went to the new
Computer.
system.
Thing.
But cards were like $3, or maybe the
No.
one-way valve was 5 and the card was 3. That's why when you were
CPR.
saying that, it was really throwing me off.
Yeah.
How much are the cards? Is there anything else that we pay for the classes?
One-way valves?
Just the cards?
Okay.
Yes. When we resort ourselves, yes. Okay.
So I know it varies class to class, whether they give you a mask or just a one-way
Right.
valve that you then swap out for the mask when each person gets up.
So,
Dummy.
And then you
that's
guys
the
are doing
discussion
professional
now. Where do we
deal.
get them from? Do you remember?
Yeah, you're doing professional CPR, so you're doing the BVM
Where?
as well as.
The provider.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
whatever it's called.
we haven't gotten any since.
But yeah, usually there's a barrier device as part of it,
Okay.
additional to.
Perfect, I will chase that down. Yeah. Yeah,
We can hear you.
yes. Okay, yeah, I know. Okay. Right, That is true.
I just remember number 10, 20, and I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we're at
Yeah,
the
Okay.
I
right.
just
I
wanna
will
make
look
sure
and
that
see.
it's covered, because
Not
I
that I
thought you
don't
said
want it,
higher.
I just want to be sure we're putting the right price down.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, why don't you do that?
I have it in my head.
He was higher than 10, because it was flagging in my head too.
I will have an answer for you shortly.
Don't tell Mr. Gilman that we're not out to get him, I just want to be sure it's an accurate number.
Yeah, I know. He's checking.
All right.
Yeah,
I can move on.
yeah, because I believe there's a one-way barrier also, unless we have some other means
I
that
don't
we
know.
use.
I have to get research on CPR.
I know someone can do it for you.
Yeah.
Takes
Oh,
up
that's
less
gonna
space.
I
sound
do
good in
that same
Beth's
thing.
ears.
Sorry, Beth.
Yes.
I do that. I do the same thing. I did it the other day. My wife was sleeping in the car, and I did it. It scared the crap out
I
of
do
her.
that at the house and the dog goes, give me that. He thinks it's a toy then.
All right.
What's your thoughts on all this, Paul? You seem a little quiet again.
I know. Makes me nervous when Paul's quiet.
Toss your thoughts out.
Tap it up.
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't say that, they can hear you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because they don't want you to. I know. Okay, that's where we got the prices then.
Okay, the two certifications?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you
Makes
answered the
sense.
question. Thank you. Bye.
Snip, snip, snip.
So because of the two different certifications?
Two different certifications, yes.
Okay.
One is 4 and one is 19.
So it's $20 a person?
But if I average
No.
out to 10.
Huh?
Well,
Okay, I'm
one's
confused.
19, one's 4.
Yeah, so that adds up to
23.
23,
Oh. So this is,
Per person?
yes.
So $10 per
Okay,
person is not right. That's why we had this discussion and why they flagged and led to all this.
it's
Is
23 per person.
Right. So make sure that Mr. Gilman knows we're trying to make sure there's enough money to cover it and not
Oh.
trying to nickel and dime $10.
Do we actually have 32 people?
Yes,
Yes.
Oh, we do, okay.
So that is $736.
And everyone takes it, gets it?
So,
everyone is certified in CPR.
Okay.
so,
They have to maintain it as part of their
minus
EMT.
320.
and-
Well, I'm talking volunteers and everything.
Yep.
Okay.
So now equals that plus 23,175, brings that new number to 23,591 for training.
And then you included your extra 2,000,
Yes,
Yeah.
I added 2,000, that was an easy.
so 23, yeah, you were at 23,175.
Yeah, and then the difference between the 736 and the 320 is $416.
Oh, got it, okay.
Yes, Matt?
And then it's
Oh, you did?
23,591 is the new.
Oh, it has. Okay,
But still, you could still
and the
do
heart
that.
saver?
It's like there's a lot right there.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, good.
Thank you. Talk to you later, bye. So, BLS is 260 and heart saver is 17, so now they're down to, rounded to 20, $19.60.
So $20 per person?
20 per person, yep.
All right,
Sorry, two.
Yep.
equals that, so what's 32 times 3?
640.
Need a calculator?
What?
640.
I know, but I was just looking for the difference. So,
What was the difference?
3, 175.
Could be worse. Tables could be flying and all that going over the
320
budget,
is the
so.
difference.
Well, so it's 23, 815. This is 20. I'm running out of room. So 23, 815.
23, 15, if
No, I
everything,
can't be right, because I just went up.
That went up. It should
That went
go
up,
down.
yeah, it needs to go down.
Sorry.
It's
Minus
okay.
what?
no.
3,
640 minus that, so you're looking at another 320 plus the 4,000.
20 plus 2,000.
plus 23, 175.
Plus 2, yes, you're right.
4. So
640.
23, 495.
What is it?
23, 495.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Sure it does.
Oh, it's just another 320, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Now, that's if we went level funded of everything and adding in the adjustments for the missing pieces.
Right,
Okay. So you had a thought process in there.
Well, you know, I would go for the 23 even.
Take the 495 out of
The-
theoretically the
yeah.
outside instructors.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something here that,
So when is your FDSOA conference?
What
that
is it?
When is it?
In January.
God knows what could happen in January, that's like the height of the, they could cancel that, couldn't they?
Canceled it last year.
Well, it's in Arizona, so who
Yeah.
knows?
I don't know if they cancel anything in Arizona.
I don't know,
It's kind of like Florida, right?
spring training, I mean, it's right around the corner from that, they keep going, they may not let clouds.
Is there any place closer or less expensive to maintain that certification?
Not right now, no.
Nothing forecasted for the year?
Right, it's the last two, we had one in October that I was trying to get Deputy Jubert in, and that was in Virginia, and the next one, and that's when I'm up too. Because the last time I was there was 2 years ago in January, so.
And they're not getting extensions because of COVID like they did with a lot of other things?
No,
Okay. So we incorporated in to make sure that we covered adjustments that were found. I'm not opposed to going with Paul's idea of just rounding it down to 23. But outside instructors, I mean, it's the chief how he enacts it, but outside instructors is one area where possibly can get a
there are
little
probably
bit back.
some that the in-house could take care of.
Right. Agreed with that.
So just rounding it down to 23,
I would support that as well.
is that what you're saying, Paul?
Yes.
All right.
Then make motion?
I have to
We had a motion, so he has to rescind first.
All right, I'll change my motion, or rescind my motion.
And I'll rescind the second.
No, Paul.
I'll make a motion at line 335, school training fees, the total of 23,000.
And I will second that.
Motion and a second, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes, 23,000, line 335.
Thank you for breaking this down, Chief.
you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. Definitely where this was something that we needed to see to, I'm glad we did. Because we missed a couple of
Yeah.
dramatic blocks.
I mean, the first aid or the CPR wasn't a huge deal, but I just wanted to make sure.
But still, there was that second $2,000 one up
Yeah,
there that
that's
we would have
it.
missed entirely.
That's a biggie.
Yep.
I just want the budget committee to know that it wasn't, we weren't willy-nilly adding money, but there was a mistake in the chief's budget.
Page 9,
Thank you.
Wait, what about this information technology?
we were
We can't
waiting.
do it yet.
Okay,
We're waiting for,
I'll email him tomorrow.
all right, so page 9,
Yes,
where,
670 books and periodicals.
books, and periodicals. I'll make a motion that we approve line 670, books and periodicals for $111.
I'll second it.
Motion is second. Any discussion?
So you actually get weekly ECGs to interpret?
it's
with that?
it's an online subscription.
Membership.
Yes.
And it's open to everyone, so it's just, yeah,
It's
that's,
better than 32.
absolutely.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion passes. All right. Departmental awards, line 680. So,
Motion.
I need a motion, I'll make a motion to approve line 680 for $3,000.
I'll second that.
Motion is second, discussion. We didn't have it this year.
Keep your
That's
fingers
right.
crossed for next.
It's postponed through the end, beyond the end of the year.
Yes.
Yes.
So it will be into next year.
Is there any way that we can take that money and
Encumber it.
encumber it? Thank you.
Only if, I'd have to sign a contract
Yeah,
with the provider.
right.
Well,
For
I'm
a
just
certain
thinking,
number.
okay, I mean, I know you've spent money in postage.
Yeah, some of it's been
The money that has, most of, yes, all that came out of this was $33 this year. The rest of it came out of donations that we'd received in last year.
Well, I'm just
So,
saying, okay, can we encumber 2,500 if we have a contract?
if we have a
But
contract,
can we have an out clause in that contract?
see, that's an issue.
Then the money would have to go back to the general fund.
I mean, it's a kind of a blessing this year with everything that's happened that causing us to,
I just would like to encumber it so we don't have to keep raising.
Well, this is something, well, it'll either go back into the general fund or we'll use this money to offset some of the legal
Legal
expenses. But the cost of the venue has gone up a little, that's why I increased it. The firefighters association and the union said they would also contribute to this as well, so I thought that was fair. I'm positive we're gonna have it next year.
Is it green? Is the location even open?
It was gonna be in the banquet room at the country club, and they were gonna cater it. The Greenside Restaurant has been closed all year. He has not been able to find enough help to keep it open.
Is that gonna be the same person that is doing the?
No.
I'm just like, okay, if he's not open this year, is he gonna be open next
No,
year?
so they had, like, if you went into the clubhouse.
Oh, they had
but
sandwiches and
the
stuff.
Sandwiches, hamburgers, hot dogs, pulled pork dinners, and they had like a pub menu.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the full restaurant going, and that was in the bar area.
So I got a motion for 3,000 on the floor?
Yeah, any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor of line 680, $3,000 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None, motion passes. The time being 7:32. We do have a agreed to hard stop at 7:30. Unless you want to keep going.
No. I do, but there's other things I gotta take care of tonight still. My work night has not ended.
I go back to work, so it's not focused. All right, so we will, so we have our next meeting is,
Let's verify that.
the next meeting is,
our next regular meeting
our next regular meeting is the 5th, yes, October 5th
is,
is here.
Wait, is that a regular meeting or is that?
That's a regular meeting. The
I thought it
next,
was the 12th.
no, you changed it to the 5th.
Okay, so I had to move that to the 5th.
And then the next time you're working on the budget isn't until the 26th.
And I will not be there.
Boy, what about the 12th? Can we go on the 12th,
You can.
John?
Well, one second, so we moved
You moved the
from the
12th.
12th up to the 5th?
Right.
I still had it as the 12th.
Yeah, so did I, so that's why I was confused.
So, yeah.
I could tell you if I had my phone, but don't. But I had it as.
I wrote in my calendar.
Oh, she has her calendar. You know,
Maybe
you
you
get,
wrote it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you wrote it wrong.
No, I
you
did.
sent it out,
I did.
October calendar.
Yes.
Everybody got the email.
Yeah, just, it was on my calendar, like, Google for the 12th. So, the budget committee meets October 1st,
Right, and that's part of the reason you moved to the 5th.
right? But, I mean, they could buzz through what we did and gobble that up, and they're gonna wanna meet again.
Yes, they are.
So,
Well, the first, this Friday?
Yes, this Friday.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the first. Okay, so Catherine Dawson, the chairman's not even
She's-
gonna be there.
She's not gonna be there,
So I
but
don't know, expect much to happen.
on the 1st?
on the
And I'm
1st.
not gonna be there.
And you, oh,
Yeah, remember I called you, I told you?
right, you did.
Yeah. So that's 2 people out of the
That's
meeting.
two, and Charlie isn't gonna be there.
So that's 3, that's a 7-member board.
Oof.
We should postpone it.
I'll contact Catherine tomorrow.
I'll just, can we add, can we tack a half hour at the end of our meeting on the 5th and buzz through some stuff?
You can do whatever you want to.
I mean, I'd like to try to make an attempt, if we put it on the agenda, chief. to
We'll put it on the agenda.
put it- You know, I'm just thinking, let's be efficient.
Yes.
I'll be on time, maybe. West Door season, sorry.
The only things left really
The
are,
first 2 pages and then the items.
Salaries and wages, and then you have
uniforms and.
Oh, I know this
uniforms
insurance
and
is gonna come out too,
miscellaneous
Insurance is
insurances.
gonna come out.
but you're not here on the 26th, so that really leaves us
I'll be out
3
of state.
Tuesdays in October to meet.
And
Well, I
John's
can't
not
do
gonna be here the 19th.
Correct.
So, okay, that leaves us 2.
That leaves 2.
So I would also like to schedule the 12th.
All right,
Yep.
same time?
Yeah. 5:30, 7:30, yeah.
That's, that is the case, I can look at something.
Something, a little something, something.
So we're meeting the 5th now?
We're meeting the
Meeting the
5th for our
5th is a
regular
regular
monthly
meeting.
Okay,
The 12th will be a budget workshop.
then that works out, because that means the station committee meets the 2nd and 4th,
Right, the 13th and the 27th.
because they had stuff they wanted me to bring to the commissioners for that, from the pot of money and stuff like that, so I gotta bring it to the commissioners, I need to make sure I do that before the next meeting.
So we could do that at the 5th, so.
You would, yes, we would still be able to do that the 5th, and then the 13th, I would be able to take that answer back. So
Okay.
that still works, okay. That's all I wanted to make sure of. I was gonna bring it up tonight, but I'd rather,
Do you wanna put that on the agenda?
yes, please.
What do you want?
Station committee, it's about the architect.
So can we
All
just
right.
say,
That might
station
actually
committee
go-
update, like that?
Station committee update, and you might wanna put it on public on that, because it might go into contractual stuff.
This early?
The pathway they wanna go.
Yeah, well, can't.
I can get into it if we.
No, I was just, it's like, whoa, quick and early.
So,
Well, there's a very short window to try and get this, so
Yeah.
everything is being,
Yeah, we don't have enough time to get it.
Where does the park commission meet? Upstairs?
no, they usually.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong month.
So they meet, October is Columbus Day, I doubt, they may meet,
Yeah, the 12th, the planning is upstairs.
yeah.
Okay, so we should be able to meet here. Okay.
The 5th we're here,
The 5th, we're here.
the 12th we're here. So I'll have to call you.
I'll send out a new calendar. I was kind of hoping to wait until after
Yeah.
budget committee meeting on the 1st,
But then the 19th, is John is gone, the 26th, chief is gone. Now, the 2nd, there's no elections here on the 2nd, is there? of November? Is there an election day? There must be.
There is,
I don't know what we're voting for,
but it's not local, it's
I
federal.
don't think there's any, I don't think
There's no
there's,
I
federal
don't
this
think
year.
there's
Oh,
anybody
there's local
running.
stuff
Next year is
then.
federal.
like Laconia would
State.
be,
Yeah,
but we don't have anything going on here.
I don't
Right.
think so. Next year is federal because you got the Congress next
Yeah,
year.
it's midterm elections, so.
it's not midterm this year? Oh,
No,
no, wait a minute,
no,
it's
it's next
22.
year.
It may
Yeah.
feel like it's been 2 years, but it's only been one. So, okay, so, I'm just looking into November, that's election day, and normally we wouldn't meet, but we will meet.
Right,
We could potentially meet if we have to. Because we have that we don't have our meeting until the 16th?
hold on, November. You have your regular meeting on the 9th,
Oh.
you have a budget workshop on the 16th and the 30th.
Yes.
If needed.
Correct.
Oh, it's the 9th. Save.
But on the 16th, we cannot meet here.
Park Street, we own it.
Yeah. It's a bit chillier.
So,
Public to eat. All right. So, well, hopefully by then we'll be supposed to be done.
It would be nice if we were done by then, but
All depends when we get the insurance numbers.
that's right. And we won't get them, the chief will be gone. When they come in. Well, when they come in, probably John will be gone and then the chief will be gone. I mean, Tim and I can do the 26th. That's not an issue.
it's one or two small items, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's how I keep myself organized.
Yeah. Is that Google or the Apple?
No, I'm just saying that
The
each
color-
one is an
color
event.
Well, you know, it's funny, I have one every day at 6:14, but that's why 6:14, but I, like, it's a single thing for 1 minute to take the pills and it shows up on my phone.
Nice, no, that's what it takes. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, wait. Did we have a hearing on Monday? Did we not have a hearing?
Did not, it could postpone to October
Okay,
14th.
I'll try. I was asked about it and I just didn't know it was
Yeah.
postponed,
Yeah.
so they knew it was postponed, but I didn't.
Okay.
I sent you the email with the
Oh, that
notice.
hearing,
Yeah.
okay.
Motion
Did
to
they-
dismiss, it got postponed.
Okay. Yes, if we can get reminders sent on that because
I already sent it to you, and it has all the info, the PDF has all the
the
information.
accessing.
Yep,
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. When's the hearing again?
October, I don't have my phone, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
It was on the PDF, it says, the date, it's at 2:15, we're allotted 15 minutes, and I don't know if it's the 14th or,
it is October 14th at 2:15 PM.
it's online, it's not an in-person one.
Okay. Can people from the public watch that or no?
I guess anybody can watch it, if they have the link or thing.
Okay. All right. All right, that's all I have, John, sorry. I'll continue your motion. What's your motion?
No, I'm not making a motion now.
Okay, I'll just-
You almost never get those from me, and here I threw one out there.
Paul, you wanna make a motion?
I'll make the motion to adjourn at 7:40.
7:40, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none, motion passes. We are adjourned at 7:40 PM.
There you go. There's snow.
Thank you.
All right, now we go home and send emails to parents.